Hi, I'm Koja. I used to manage Polar Ace last OD, and we are here interviewing Romanov. How did you get into your first Tier 3 team?
I first got into Overwatch in general from one of my CSGO friends back in the day, and I started playing casually in Season 3, and then around Season 9 and 10, I tried to get into the T3 environment. So for my first T3 team, some of my friends, like the High Master rank, we made a pickup team for one of the Open Division seasons, and we kind of just messed around. It wasn't too serious.
Who do you look up to, or is there a player that you look up to?
One of the Hiscan DPSs I looked up to when I was lower rank was definitely Busio when he was on Goats. I kind of saw him as like a peak mechanical player when I was lower in skill, and I try to emulate his gameplay as much as possible.
How do you deal with stress?
To handle stress in Overwatch, especially when losing a match or just doing poorly in scrims, what I notice that helps me is a lot of my stress comes from doing poorly as a player, individual player, or as a team. So, for example, if I do poorly as an individual for the day, I'll just go to Kovacs or comp and just grind as much as I can to make sure I can pull my weight and do more than I know I could be doing in scrims. And then for doing poorly as a team, just doing as much VOD as possible with my teammates and on my own to bring more to the table.
Who is your favorite coach and why?
One of the coaches I definitely look up to and who helped me become the player I am today is definitely Syfate. He's my first coach in T3. Now he's on phase 2, so good for him. But when I was low GM and not really known the scene at all in the T3 scene, he helped me get pretty good at Zarya and also my other scan DPS. So he's definitely a good coach and should be looked at.
How do you balance your life between school and Overwatch?
So in my school, we have you have to do a mandatory team activity every season. So for mine, my main sport's baseball, so in spring I do that. But for the other seasons, I just do something that doesn't take a lot of time, so like community service. And then you just do that a few times a week. And then I get home from school around 5, grind for an hour, scrim 6 to 10, and then do some homework, and then grind at least another hour or two of Overwatch. So you just have to make sure you have good grades between the two and then manage your time correctly.
How do your parents feel about you grinding Overwatch?
My parents' perception on me playing Overwatch and just games in general is as long as I have good grades and I'm doing well in the SSTs and my college process, I can play as much as I need or as I want to.
What do you do to improve yourself?
Being a Hitscan DPS, one of the main things I did to improve was I grinded Kovacs after one of my friends recommended it to me. A lot of people say like just grind VOD reviews, figure it out by yourself in T3. From what I've seen, like as a Hitscan DPS, just grinding Kovacs, getting my mechanics as good as possible, and then following that up with VOD reviews as it goes on, help me grind the ladder and grind the T3 scene more.
Do you have any shout-outs for anyone today?
A few people I want to shout out is the old Boundless guys from last season. We almost made it, but a little bit off, but we'll get them next season on different teams this time.
Thank you, Romanov, for spending a few moments with me to answer some questions. We wish you in Phase 1 the best of luck. We will now return to the NFN Invitational.